My opening screen here is a snapshot of sales data that, again, is completely customizable. This happens to show me current order volume for the month, orders over a period of time, and if I scroll down a little bit, it's showing me the revenue and margin that I've made month to date. Well, that shows you that we have access to data in the system. The other question is, how do we get data into the system? The first thing that our customers say about Wherefour is how easy it is to use. You can see an intuitive menu across the top here. If I want to get product or inventory into the system, I simply go into the vendors area. I have my purchase orders queued up, and I would receive inventory into the system. To get customer orders in the system, we have seamless integrations with Amazon and Shopify and other order sources, or you can enter orders in the system. When you go to ship them out, you simply go in, find the order, and ship the order out of the system to fulfill it and deplete the inventory. When I need to make products, I have all of my inventory items and recipes in the system in our formulas area. I would simply go into the production module, I would set up a work order, and execute on that work order. The next thing I would like to talk about is most of our clients have a need for traceability requirements, and pretty much part of any audit is a recall or a mock recall. This is how that would happen in Wherefour. I would head over to the reporting area. I'd look at my activity report, and one scenario might be the auditor could pick out at random a stock lot of raw materials, and they could say, hey, this vendor that sold you these cocoa beans calls you and says that material is tainted. How do you run a recall? Well, you would grab the lot code here, and I would go up to the recall tool. I'd tell the system, these are the cocoa beans, here's the stock lot, and I'd run my recall report. And in a few seconds here, we realize that here's my affected material. I've got a certain amount on hand still. I have a number of products that I've made out of that material, as well as some work in process inventory that's still in stock. I could put that on hold. And most importantly, if I scroll down here, I have all the customers that received any product that was made with that original raw material. So as you can see, a recall doesn't take hours, it takes seconds in Wherefour. We talk to hundreds of business owners each year, and one of the most challenging things for them is to get an understanding of the different aspects of their business that are driving profitability. Well, in Wherefour, the first piece of that is how much did it cost to make something? If I go in here and look at a completed work order, we're going to get an idea of how that gets done in Wherefour, both from a compliance standpoint, but then also from a costing standpoint. This is a 4-step process where I'm getting cases of chocolate bars. I make bulk chocolate, I mold it, I wrap it, and then I pack it into cases ultimately. And what has happened in the system here is we get a costing at every step in this process where we're consuming inventory at a specific cost. It's all getting added up, and in the end, we get a full report of I made 2 cases of chocolate bars at $36.30 a case. Well, that's half the equation. The other half is what do we sell it for? Well, that's where our dashboarding comes in. I can go in and pretty much get any look at profitability that I want to get. If I go into my dashboard here, I'm going to look at product level profitability. I can see here my sales by product, but if I scroll down a little bit, I can see the margin that's generated by products. Where did I make my money on which products? And then I can look over here and see what was my gross margin on every product that I sold. So profitability reporting in Wherefour at the product level or customer level or sales channel level is automatic in the system. We also have reporting into every functional area of the system. I'm going to give you one more example of how this might get used. I'm a purchasing agent, and I want to go in here and see what do I have on order that hasn't been delivered yet that's past the delivery date. Well, I can go into my purchasing report here, and I see I have all these items that are highlighted that had a specific delivery date that's in the past, and all of those items are due. So I can follow up with those vendors and see when those critical items might be arriving. Those are just a few examples of how we put data at your fingertips in ways that has never been possible before with Wherefour. So we make it easy to get data into the system to run your business, and then we give you the tools that you need to analyze both historical results and forward-looking projections of how we need to run our business in the future. And that empowers you to make decisions on how to best and most profitably run your business.